This demonstration of FASTIID on the Archer handheld is specifically intended to illustrate the use of for the Canadian Verified Beef Program of FASTIID in calculating and collecting withdrawal date information for drugs and vaccinations used on cattle. Note that this is only a feature that's available in FASTIID for the Canadian version of FASTIID and is not available in the American market. First, we will show you how to open up and collect data, and in part 2 of this same video we'll show you how to compare and get the resulting calculated withdrawal date information. First, we'll go down here to the Tools menu down in the bottom right hand side and click on Tools. That brings up a submenu. That submenu, one of the selections is called Select Headings. This provides the ability to do customizable headings, but for this type of feature we want to use one of the preloaded heading files that is provided. So we select Load down here. It gives us a list of all the headings that are available for us. We go CCA Pre is the one we want, so we tap on CCA Pre. That selects that heading file and pre-populates everything with the information that's needed for it. We select OK and then go to Data Input tab down at the bottom, clicking on it. And in here we have the fields, which I'm going to clear out, the fields that are available for us to collect data into. Now, for FASTIID on the Archer, we have two possibilities. We can use a wand to scan the animal or the internal reader on the Archer. I'm, for this example, going to use the internal reader. The first step here is to turn on the internal reader. That is done by pressing the home key. That makes the EID flash up here, indicating that the wand is turned on and reading. I then scan the tag. As you can see, the tag information appears up at the top. I then put in the visual ID, and for the visual ID I'm going to use the last 3 digits of the EID. That does not have to be the case, but it is convenient for this example, and it also works in many other ranches and farms. I'm going to then select the dose amount. As you can see, we have a pre-drop-down list. If it's not in that drop-down list, we come down here to the keyboard and we can type in 10 cc's and then come over here to route, and that's the drug administration route, and in this case I'm going to select IM for intramuscular, and then for the vaccination protocol I'm going to select this pre-drop-down list. This contains most of the drugs that might be used on a typical ranch or farming vaccination system. It's not necessarily all, but it contains most, correlated with their specific withdrawal times. If you do have one that's not in this list, you just type it in addition to its withdrawal time, and you do not need to rely on this list, but this list is provided for the simplicity of the user. I'm going to use, for this example, I'm going to select Thailand 200 as the drug of choice. You can see that it says that there's a withdrawal time specified by the manufacturer, 21 days. It automatically popped up in the withdrawal line here. And in comments, we do or don't have to put anything in there. I'm going to select a date for this event that the animal was vaccinated or given the injection of the Thailand 200 of February 22. The reason for post-dating in this example as opposed to using today's date is simply as an example of the software and what you can do with it. Nothing needs to be put in the weight column. However, you could have this set up against a scale and either manually enter the weight or have it automatically sent over from the scale head. In our example, we will not use weight. I then click on Save Animal, and I move on to the next animal by repeating the process. First clicking Home, then scanning the animal, and then I select Thailand 200 again. And it has that. I select 10 cc's if that's what the animal received. It is intermuscular. I don't need to change that. I hit Save Animal again. And now I repeat for yet a third animal. Again, changing the dose. Say this is a little bigger animal, and we might change the dosing information to 11 cc's, depending on the recommendation of the manufacturer of the medication. Again, say Save Animal. Those 3 animals are now in the system. Now, for this example, it's very important to realize and understand that you can go with 3 animals or 1 animal or 1,000 animals. The system can handle any number of animals. So with 3 animals, we're going to now go to the Import-Export screen. We're going to say Export Data. Once we've exported that data, this screen comes up. Its default is a CSV file, which is correct. Its default naming convention is the standard naming convention for FASTEID, which is year, month, day, minute, second. And we're going to come in here and type in something pretty on it like Thailand, or something descriptive, whatever your choice. It's not necessary, but it helps you define the file and find the file at a later time. Say Save. That file is then saved and put away until next time. Now, some days later, you